I made $1,000 profit spotting this shoe at my local thrift shop. So one of the cool things about going to thrift shops is it's almost like a treasure hunt of sorts. I remember finding a jersey for $20 that I turned around and sold for $200. I remember finding a money clip I bought for 50 cents that I sold for $80. I remember some spoons, a few spoons that I paid 50 cents for and I ended up selling it for like $60. So my local thrift shop, I was walking around and I saw these big ass pair of shoes. Not only that, I saw about five of them. And I take a look and it didn't look too special to me. I'm like, okay, they're probably just huge size bricks that just sit at like every Nike, Ross, Marshalls, or whatever. After about 3 weeks, few weeks of me and everybody else passing up on them, I finally start to research them and I look them up. These are Kobe's, and I look at the tag, and it's size 16 and a half, a super weird size. And it says promo sample on the tag. And after a little bit of more research, I realized that the words promo sample usually mean that it's a shoe that's created specifically for an athlete and it's not released to the general public. And it makes sense that that's why a 16 and a half shoe would be here and would be sitting. And I typed up the style code, the 7-digit code, I believe it is, or 8-digit code to find out what style shoe it is, to see some pictures online. And this colorway did not exist for those shoes, for these Kobe's. So after a bit more research, I find out that when an athlete gets traded, their shoes, their backlog of shoes that are issued to them essentially get donated to the local community. So me being from the Bay Area and me understanding sports like that, who just got traded from the Golden State Warriors? At the time, Andre Iguodala had just got traded away to, I think, the Memphis Grizzlies for a short spell before ending up with the Miami Heat. So I do some research and I figure out that Andre Iguodala does in fact wear a size 16 and a half. And not only that, but these shoes, these promo samples, these player issued shoes actually go for a good chunk of change to collectors. And there was five of these total. So I ended up buying them all. I sold four of them for I think a little over $1,000 to a collector in Santa Cruz, and I kept the one that was in the GSW colorway, and it's been on my back wall ever since, right there. So that's the story behind these shoes, why it's on my back wall, and it's actually funny because I got so good at finding stuff at my local thrift shop. They used to recognize me, and then I would get the keen upcharge every time I got to the register. Most people, they would just check them out, scan them. But for me, they're looking at up and down. Is this rare? Is this worth something? So anyways, I stopped going to that thrift shop. Also, there's another story about how I found Tim Duncan's player issued shoes at a Marshall, paid $20, turned around and sold them for like $300. So moral of the story, if you ever see some big ass shoes sitting somewhere, take a look. It might just be player issued. Be on the lookout when you're out and about.